back to another episode of StichMethod. Yes, I did trim my beard up, so it'll grow back. Today, I didn't really know what to title this video, but we are going to be practicing seeing our chord tones better, playing them in a context that we all love, and learning how to kind of navigate the fretboard, of course, with Mark Knopfler and Sultans of Swing. Now, a couple of things. I do have a In the Mind of Mark Knopfler for Sultans of Swing about the ending solo. I'll probably put it below. Shows you his use of arpeggios. But today we're going to use this one piece of the chord progression of Sultans of Swing to learn how to navigate the fretboard and create these Mark Knopfler type fills. Now there are 3 layers to it, and we're going to discuss each one. First one is knowing your chord tones, second one is adding a special note, and the third one is adding another special note. So let's get down to it. I will have a chart available for anyone who wants to grab it, and it's going to be 3 pages of the chord tones and how they connect on the neck so you can see them visually. All right, let's get down to it. So, the chord progression for Sultans of Swing. We have D minor, C, B flat, A, and then like an A7 at the end. D minor, C, B flat, A, A7. Now, that's the only part we're going to do. So I have it on loop already, and I'm going to kind of show you how to kind of do what I'm trying to show you. Here we go. All those cool little fills that Mark Knopfler does, they have a purpose, they have a meaning. I'm going to show you how to do it. So, how does he do it? Well, he has that chord progression, D minor, C, B flat, A, and then an A7. Some say hold the A, but it doesn't matter in this equation. He uses A major chord tones to put these fills in. Now, the first thing you got to realize is where to put it. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 beats to do it. And so the roadmap that he's using, we're going to use the CAGED chord system and the arpeggios and chord tones to kind of show you this. He's just using pretty much 90 to 95% A major chord tones in all of his runs and all of his fills, very, very wisely. So let's just look at the first kind of place we're going to do it. So let's take this G-shaped A chord. Now, if you're not familiar with this stuff, I'll have videos linked below on the CAGED chord system and how it'll blow your mind if you haven't seen it. But let's just talk about this this G-shaped A chord. Volume, please, okay? Now, the chord tones associated with this entire shape is going to be something like this. 5th fret of the E, 4th fret of the A, then 2nd fret D, 2nd fret G, 2nd fret B, 5th fret of the B, and 5th fret of the high E. Alright, so now, to be honest, you kind of want to practice these guys. And the most important piece of the puzzle that I can explain to you is when you're practicing these, don't practice just holding the chord down. Don't do that crap, alright? Play them as their notes, like notes up from a scale. Like 1 finger. That's going to help you incorporate it into your playing better. So if I take just those notes. Now, I'm not going to sit and spew out what intervals they are right now because you don't really need to know that. What you're doing is trying to see with your eyes those chord tones and hit them at the right time. So check this out. All of them work. All of them work. Whatever you can see and play in those 4 beats is going to work. Now, you don't want to overfill it like I just did in my first run. You know, when you're practicing seeing just these chord tones, the idea is make a game of it to start off with. Really, just be like, as you're playing this D minor progression and coming down, boom, you know, say to yourself, I'm going to try, you know, and see if you can do it in 4 beats and make it smooth. really? Shame on me. All right, and see if you can kind of fit it in there. That was probably the most embarrassing moment on StichMethod right there. That was such an easy target. All right, and so there's my G-shaped kind of chord tones. And this is all CAGED chord stuff. All right, and so now the next shape I'm going to show you, and by the way, the chart's going to have all of this stuff so you can visually see it. The next thing I'm going to show you is just the E-shaped A chord. Now, I'm sure if you're watching this, you know this bar chord shape. And yes, we have these chord tones here, but there's some hidden ones I want to talk about. I'm going to play them as if they're in a scale. Middle finger, 5th fret. All right, this 4th fret of the A is also considered part of this arpeggio chord tone. Then pinky, 7th fret of the A, 7th fret of the D, 6th fret of the G, 5th fret of the B, 5th fret of the high E. And you kind of want to get used to that. If you want to use your ring finger or pinky, you just want to get used to this arpeggio or chord tone. Okay, so and backwards. I'm just practicing these up and down. So now I have these guys. I have these guys. These are all part of an A chord. I mean, they're all just pieces of an A chord. So when the moment comes in time, you're going to play the D minor, C, B flat, A, and when with that last 4 bars, you can throw in, any chord tone you want. And let's just start there and see what happens. Oops. You can see that I was kind of fooling around with these guys. I was kind of fooling around with some double stops and taking 2 notes of those chord tones and playing them at the same time. You know, that's a double stop. And so you can do it anytime. You know, these 2 here, those guys. These guys. If I can play guitar, you know, anything you can see, you can play them individually or you can play them at the same time. I'll do it one more time. I'll try to put a little more double stops in there. Let's see. Anything is going to work all the time. And so you want to get creative and loose with this. Now let me show you the next arpeggio. I'm going to show you all of them, connecting them in the CAGED chord system. And again, the charts will have it, and then we're going to enhance it in a couple minutes because it's really cool. All right, and so, you know, actually, yes, okay, so we have the E shape that connects to my D-shaped CAGED chord. And the arpeggio for this one, you can kind of play the A string, 7th fret, and then the D string, 7th fret, the G string, 9th fret, the 10th fret of the B, and the 9th fret of the high E. So this. And that's important. This is an important one to look at. Knopfler uses this a lot. But these 2 guys, this 9 and this 9, he comes in very gently on these guys. Another double stop. So, I'm just sitting kind of practice them. And so I'm going to play again with the backing track. I'm going to try and put some fills up on here. And again, you can cram a lot in, you can cram a little in, it's up to you. But now we're navigating with our chord tones and pretty much duplicating exactly what Mark Knopfler does in Sultans of Swing. So if you find yourself in the middle of a Sultans of Swing jam and you got to put your fills in, you know how to do it. All right, let's keep going. Very simple. I just used this one. All right, I'm going to show you some other ones in a couple seconds, some magic ones. Let's keep going. All right, after this D-shaped A chord, we have a C-shaped A chord. All right, any one of these notes, 12 on the A, 11 on the D, 9 on G, 10, 9. And also the 12th fret here. This is my favorite chord tone shape or arpeggio shape. I love it. All right, and so I'm going to try and use those for the fill. And you'll see, we're going to connect them in a couple seconds, but it's very, very simple. You just got to plan it out a little bit. any further, I got to mention this. I do have a Patreon account, and I feel bad mentioning it, but when I'm done shooting this video, I'm going to make 3 to 5 practice sessions of how I would practice this in all different places with some new information. So if you're interested in learning more and really getting the idea of this, you can check it out on the Patreon page. Probably something came up around here, but also will be linked below. But thank you for at least checking it out, because it is pretty awesome from what I hear. All right, and so enough about that. All right, so here's my C-shaped arpeggio. All right, and then my final one will go back to my A-shaped chord up in the 12th fret. All right, there it is. Boom, boom, boom. And the arpeggios I'm going to associate with this one really are going to be 12, 14, 14, 14, 12. On the chart I have, oh, by the way, if you, I forgot to mention, if you sign up for the Patreon, you get all the charts for the videos included in that. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so the idea here is I kind of just see this, but when you start putting them all together, you start to see different connections. Instead of 12, 14, 14, 14, 12, which I associate with this chord shape, I kind of sometimes will take the 11 on that A string from this shape here, and kind of get this. And so once you start seeing it visually, you really can kind of play around. So let me play around with some of those arpeggios. Here we go. I have this map out, like this whole map, and it's all just A chord tones that he's using, but he does more. And before we get to the more part, remember, you don't have to sit and like, you don't have to like cram a lot in. You can be very, very lax with it. If you listen to his fills, some of them are just, he goes for this note here, bends it up to this note, which is a chord tone. One of his fills is just great. Another one is just. All right, but there is one we're going to talk about really quickly. He does something like this, like, sorry, something to that extent. I'm going to show you what that is. Let's see. Yep. All right, something like that. So what that is, it's the D-shaped arpeggio connecting backwards to that E-shaped arpeggio. If you remember, for the D shape, I had 7 on the A, 7 on the D, 9 on the G, 10 on the B, and 9 on the high E. And so he kind of runs down 9, 10, 9, then does something really tricky. Slides this guy to the 6th fret of the, I believe this is what he does, of the G string, which is just the major third of that guy there. That's good. And then plays backwards the arpeggios here, 7, 7, and then 4. Now this note here can come from the G-shaped arpeggio. All right, so. And ends on the A. So you hear him. Something like that, to that extent, but you can see him clearly connecting the D and E-shaped arpeggio. And I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but hopefully you're like, yes, this is so cool, and you can pause here and practice, but I'm going to show you a couple more things. Now, I'm going to show you the easy one first. A thing that he puts in on top of this, and the roadmap is always those A chord tones, is he puts in a suspended 4th or a D in some of the runs, and it's so common. If you're a fan of Knopfler or even the Grateful Dead, you can hear those suspensions, like that sound. And that's just putting the 4 in of the scale or the chord. And the idea here is wherever there's your major third, and again, the chart that I have shows them all. But let's just take this root note here. This is my C-shaped form. All right, this is my 1, this is my major third. And right next to your major third is your D, you're looking for Ds, all right, is my suspended. And you'll hear them like, instead of just pure arpeggios, you'll hear them. So let me show you where a couple other ones are. If you're playing this arpeggio here, your D is at 3rd fret. If you're playing your E shape, your D note or suspended 4th is the 7th fret of the G string. Again, the chart will have it, but listen to how you can throw some suspensions in, okay? And it sounds great. So I threw in there a suspension there. went to that suspension, which is the D, and continued on my arpeggio path. You're just putting the D in. It's just A with the D in it, A suspended fourth, and A with a D in it is an A suspended fourth, and A with the D inside of it is an A suspended fourth. So that mentality really kind of dresses it up, and you can do that anywhere. And so I'll do a couple more times so you can just kind of hear it. Now, those are suspended fourths. Now let's talk about the juicy note that he hits. And he hits it, I think, once or twice, but when I heard it, I was like, that's the note I really want to inquire about. And so there's a little bit of theory coming here. If you made it this far and you're enjoying it, stick with me because it's worth it. To make the long story short, this is a progression that starts in D minor. It's in the major key of F, not well major key, it's in the parent key of F major. It's a 6, the D minor, to the 5, to the 4, and then this usual 3 where you either play it as a major or a major 7th. And it's that little A and A7 that is out of key, but we hear it so much. And it's that moment that we want to kind of look at because we're on that A for 4 bars, and we're trying to fill that A for 4 bars. And when you look at modes, and we're going to talk about modes very, very quickly, all right? You have F, in the key of F, you have F Ionian, all right? You have G Dorian, that's your second mode, and you have A Phrygian. And when you think about A Phrygian, if I'm playing an A and it's like, okay, I'm in the key of F, Knopfler does something so cool where I'm going to, again, just take the C arpeggio. Just follow me here. It's rather easy. This middle finger is my root note. What makes a Phrygian so special, or scalar mode, is that flat second right next to the root note. And if I do it here, all right, wherever you have an A, you can put in the B flat. All right, that's all in the key of F stuff, but that B flat really gives that A moment where you're kind of feeling this exotic sound. And so again, it's on the chart. If you need it, have the chart. It has the A arpeggios. It shows the suspensions and it shows you the flat twos or the B flat for that for this feel, the Phrygian feel. So listen to how once you get your chord tone mapped down and you understand where your root notes are, any root note with that little push up 1 fret is going to help you navigate and also create a cool sound. So check it out. You don't want to do it a lot, but you'll get the sound of it. Okay, and so putting in that little B flat or the Phrygian kind of tip of the hat in the A is fantastic. So now we have all of it. Like you have all of this roadmap, and when you listen to Knopfler's lines, or if you go look up the tabs, you'll see this stuff in action. It's just how well can you see that whole connecting caged map, all of the chord tones. By the way, in the chart in this video, I gave you like 90% of the chord tones that are on the guitar neck. I left some of them out because I don't personally use them, and I find them to be bogged down, and as you develop your skills, you can use them. But I'm going to play out for a little bit, and it's just on this section here, just this little part here. Again, I'll have some practice sessions and bonus lessons on my Patreon page if you want to check it out about this lesson in particular. And thank you so much for being here, but I'm just going to kind of play myself out. And here we go.